Well, over the weekend, there was this really unique program. Hackers launching cyber attacks against a U.S. military satellite with allowance from the Pentagon. The military participating in this year's DEF CON, the annual hacking convention in Las Vegas, the Department of the Air Force and U.S. Space Force launching the Hack-A-Sat competition as an event looking into how to make cybersecurity more secure. This being the first year the Moonlighter satellite was used in orbit as a way to learn how hackers might break into our military systems in space. NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton is here. I guess this is kind of a fun topic. Normally we have to talk about some pretty dire situations, but what does the military use satellites for in terms of positioning troops? And how much more could the Air Force learn from this hackable satellite?
Well, good morning, Adrienne. It seems counterintuitive that the United States Air Force and the U.S. Space Force would host a hackers conference. And you mentioned hack attack, but it is called Hack-A-Sat satellite. And really what happened was back in June, the Pentagon launched, as you said, the Moonlighter. It's a cube satellite. It's about 10 pounds. Launched it up in low Earth orbit to really create a hacker's sandbox, if you will. And that's what they did over the weekend. The satellite up in, as I mentioned, low Earth orbit, it's about 100 to maybe to 1,000 miles or so above the Earth's surface. But it's to garner and to bring the world's most capable ethical hackers to help us determine how we can not only prevent and improve our cybersecurity capabilities against a growing threat against our satellites, but to understand the implications of how to defend against this and how to exploit and frankly what the adversaries are doing.
Who are these hackers? Do we know where they come from?
Well, there's a panoply of hackers. The biggest threat right now are these state actors, from China and Russia. They've demonstrated in the past years how to go after satellites. There's also what we call non-state actors. Those are individuals and so forth. But let me give you an example. China, back in 2018, it's reported that they went after a communications satellite operator satellite in space, and they tried to not only attack the satellite, but then they tried to actually get inside the system and exploit it. Russia, during last year's invasion, right after, if you recall, in February of 2022, they launched an attack against a U.S.-based telecommunications satellite company, Viasat, and they tried to, take down the satellite. Actually, what they ended up doing was taking down 45,000 modems of Viasat. So this is a real threat. And this type of exercise is very unique. First time we've gone after a satellite actually in space to explore what capabilities we can do to protect our satellites.
A couple of years ago, I interviewed a young man, 14 years old. He shut down Twitter. He hacked into celebrity and government accounts. Now he's an informant with law enforcement. So I would guess this is standard operating procedure to get people who are previous hackers to be used within the government as a way of civilian security to show us exactly how to better our own national security. This has been going on for quite some time, right?
It has, and it sure is. We're trying to, again, find talent all over the world. And in this case, there were 5 teams out in Las Vegas. They're international teams. Last year, by the way, in this Hack-A-Sat competition, a team from Poland won. This year was an Italian team. And there was a $50,000 award for the Italian team, $30,000 for second place, and $10,000 for the third place, and so forth. So we're trying to incentivize. I think it's a great move, by the way, by the Pentagon to do this, to bring in as much talent as we possibly can to really understand not only, Adrienne, what the threat is, but how to counter the threat and how to make our systems and our techniques and our processes better than the way they are now. And we learned quite a bit from this, and it'll be an ongoing competition, I'm sure, for the next several years.
And satellites used, of course, to position our military. This is vital information to protect when it comes to U.S. national security. Lieutenant General Richard Newton, thanks so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.